the run was always going to come to an end at some time. But first of all, I guess, Alice, we should congratulate you on your appointment as head coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're buzzing.
Okay, good. I'm glad. It was 3-0 to Bromley without being sour grapes about it. Didn't reflect the game at all. Was very nip and tuck for 85 minutes. They're obviously a good team. They're right up at the top with Brentford as well. But we gave them a proper game, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think in the second half, especially, the scoreline was not reflective of how we were playing. I think we passed them off the pitch at times, so that feels frustrating. The scoreline was flattering, but also we have to recognise that Janelle kept us in the game probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
So in terms of if I was going to do a breakdown of statistics, they probably had more shots on target. They probably had more of the ball in the final third. So they probably walked off deserving 3 points today. But we haven't done ourselves a disservice. I think it was a good performance. And I think it's one that we can use to springboard into bigger and better things.
Okay. Emily, that was how you felt about it as well?
Yeah, pass the tiny mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. I think it did take us a long time to get out the starting blocks. I think much better second half than the first half. I think, yes, the run was going to come to an end at some point, but I think we're all still pretty frustrated. There's lots of positives to take from it, but if one thing, like remembering how this feels next Sunday, is important because we want to get the wins back on the score sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And this was an opportunity to probably make a bit of a statement on the league. But that's okay. They weren't the nicest people to play, let's put it out there.
Okay.
It was a frustrating game of football, but there were moments and we didn't maybe take ours. We didn't feel as lucky today, maybe as we have some previous games. But yeah, there are lots of positives to take, including a new manager to take from this game, which we're very excited about.
Okay. Maybe I'll say some of the the nasty things. What I will say for them, when we were talking about it at the end, is they're one of the teams that have come here and they've done what gets called game management now. They've tactically fouled, they've wasted time, they took a long time taking the corners and things like that. But we were also saying that in a way that's credit to us because they probably don't have to bring out that side of the game very often as well. So even the kind of the niggly stuff was sort of a backhanded compliment, I guess, in a way. If we spin that round
we'll try and take that positive from it. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, and I think they did rattle us a little bit in that respect because they were slowing the game down. But there was also a lot of words going on out on the pitch.
Okay.
But that again is football, right? And we're going to come up against teams like that. And it's how do we manage ourselves and take our opportunities when we can to let our feet do the talking? Because we're not that kind of team, I don't think.
Yeah,
we're a very different team. Would you like the tiny mic?
Yeah, I think game management is a compliment and it also is a part of football. And if we'd have been one up, I would have been shouting at Emily to take it into a corner and to go down. So we would have done exactly the same thing. We would have done it cutesier, slightly more demure.
Cooler. Miles cooler.
But we would have done exactly the same thing. So fair. That's what football is.
Yeah.
Okay. The 2 goals at the end were not exactly against the run of play, but there was always we were always in the game up until those last 2 goals. It felt slightly unfair, but one of them was a free kick, and the other one was a sort of their number 18, I think, scored it. But their goalkeeper looked. Giving out compliments left, right and centre here, but their goalkeeper looked very assured in terms of handling, but also with feet as well. They played quite nicely in that sense of playing it around the back and working through. But again, we sort of matched them up in systems, or were they playing 3 at the back? I don't know whether they were kind of...
Yeah, good question. I had thought they were going to play 3 at the back. I think they were switching between a 3 and a 4 system, depending on what was happening. They were really overloading us in the middle of the pitch, which we knew they were going to do. They were trying to exploit us on the wings, which we knew they were going to do. And I think we did a really good job of nullifying all those threats. We just didn't balance the nullification with us playing our own game and creating our own chances. And I think, maybe their goalkeeper did look good, but we didn't test her.
No, sure. No. Yeah. All right, on to next week then.
Cup game.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love a cup. We love a cup set. But when we're at home as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down here if you can.
Yeah,
We've had a
absolutely.
great day
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
We were at the men's game yesterday and it was absolutely rocking. Couldn't get a pint in here for love or money.
So
And
I've
they were
heard.
all, every person that stopped us from the scaffold said, we're so excited that Alice Sharpe is in charge. Genuinely.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right,
Yeah.
this is news. This big news has travelled
Yeah.
far and wide. So yeah,
No,
very excited
great.
about the appointment.
I paid Emily 20 quid.
I'll take it. Happy for a bank transfer.
No, okay. Yeah, next week. Get down.
Yeah, get down here if you can.
Great. Thanks a lot. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give me my time.